You're gonna love this.
Yeah. Taking off our clothes.
There are some people who try to make dumb movies and they're trying too hard to make a dumb movie and they suck. There are some people who try to make good movies and they're just dumb and they're kind of fun, but you can tell they were trying. These are my square pigs.
Ready for some Space Truckers?
Yeah, Space Truckers, baby.
Did you watch it last night?
So I just watched it literally a half hour, maybe 20 minutes ago. I finished it.
Damn. I watched it like weeks ago.
I'm super fresh, bro.
Nice.
But here's the thing. It's really overlooked because I've never heard of it. I've never watched it. So for me, it's overlooked for sure because I didn't even know about it. So I didn't look at who made it. I didn't look at anything. The only thing I knew was some kind of space trucker movie starring Dennis Hopper. And that's all I knew.
I can't believe you had never heard of this film because it's Stuart Gordon. It's starring Dennis Hopper. It's cheesy B movie. Like it is primo Jamie films that he loves type film.
It totally is. So I was surprised. Now, I joined the military the year it came out. So I think that's why I don't know what's going on that year because I was in boot camp. And
well, that's no
like
excuse for watching it since then.
I know, right? That's true. And I don't know how I've never heard of this movie because this is my jam.
Mm-hmm.
This is my jam. And I can't believe I've never heard of it. This is my jam, bro.
So you've got Dennis Hopper playing a space trucker. So it takes place in the future. He drives this cheesy looking, semi-truck looking spaceship that attaches to these trailery things, this massive long trail of things that just kind of snake through these routes, hauling around in space, which makes sense. I mean, you got to get stuff from one place to another in space, right? Why not have some space truckers to do it?
Yeah. Well, all the freight like drivers or the freight captains and all the other ones, they're basically space truckers.
Yeah, it's basically.
I'm a freighter captain. No, you're a space trucker.
Yeah, just
call you what you are.
Call it what it is, space trucker.
Yeah, and they go through these routes, and the routes are kind of. They even have like little things to keep them in their lines with all these like signs advertising restaurants.
Yeah,
and all this stuff. It's
all
ridiculous.
The rest stops along the way.
Yeah.
And he's, of course, your typical like troublemaker space trucker. I'm not going to work for the man. I just kind of want to do my thing and haul my stuff around.
I'm an independent contractor.
Yeah.
I don't work for I don't work for the corporate man like all you goons. That's why you kind of respect me.
You can all suck it, goons. And look, I've got Debi Mazar in my truck with me. Jealous?
Yeah,
you are.
How about you? Well, she's a waitress at the space truck stop, right? Because he goes to the space truck stop and he's trying to deliver his square pigs. they're pigs that are like the same dimensions as the square cages they're in. And I'm like, dude, that's probably not far from the truth.
Yeah, that's our future. There's no doubt in that one.
Yeah, but Norm from Cheers is pissed because he's late, right? He's like, dude, you're late. I'm not going to pay you as much as you thought you were going to get. He's like, hey, man, you need to pay me the whole thing or these are my square pigs. And so, yeah, he tries to get his goons to beat him up in the space truck stop, but they end up shooting a window and then Space Norm from Cheers.
Did you want to yell at Norm as soon as you saw him? Where you're like, Norm!
Yeah. But it's a bummer they made him the asshole boss, right?
It is. Like, man, it's George Witt. You can't make him the asshole.
Yeah.
Everybody loves him.
It all starts out with the fact that this evil corporation dude is making these like super rad space robot warriors. And he's using this genius scientist to make this army of like space robot warriors who I looked up. Those robot warriors, they go around killing everybody and they're going to go take over the earth, were designed by an illustrator named Hajime Sorayama, who is a famous illustrator, and he illustrates feminine or like women looking robots.
That makes sense because they have that look to them.
They have that very kind of feminine movements and they look like kind of killer femme robots, right?
Yeah.
So I just thought I'd call that out because I was like, those robots kind of interesting. They're kind of, they're kind of sexy, man. I mean,
Yeah,
in a weird
fembots.
way. Yeah. So I looked it up, and it's by a famous robot illustrator.
So, yeah, the robots, for those of you who have overlooked this particular film, were designed and they're being sent to Earth to take over Earth by this evil corporation. And they hire Dennis Hopper's truck driver to take them to Earth. And he's like, no questions asked. I don't look at the cargo. I'll just take it and deliver it. No problem at all. But when he gets in a fight at the truck stop with George Wenskuds, Debi Mazar and Stephen Dorff join him on the truck because they kind of come to his defense there. And now he's stuck with the two of them as well, who instantly are attracted to each other, but they can't be together because Debi is to a Dennis Hopper's character.
Yeah. She's promised to Dennis Hopper because she's like, if you get me to Earth, I'll marry you, because he wants to marry her, right?
Yeah.
And then he kind of does because he's got a thing going to Earth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now she wants to get it on with the young guy who wants to be a space trucker, the bad guy from Blade. And then, but she can't, but she's got to kind of like be okay with the Dennis Hopper guy because he's kind of the smart one getting him to Earth and all that.
And there's a scene with the two of them where basically the truck breaks down and it starts getting super hot inside of it. And Dennis Hopper goes out to fix it while Debi and Steven are stuck inside and it gets hot. So, of course, they got to take off their clothes in this like, oh, yeah, taking off our clothes. It's so awesome.
Yeah. And he's out fixing the ship and they're like, it's so hot in here.
So
We got to figure out how to cool down a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Best way to do that's take our clothes off. Oh, yeah. You're so hot and sweaty.
But then they get captured by some space pirates because they kind of end up in this like dark, like these invisible asteroids, and they're kind of stuck, and the space pirates get them. I was like, cool, space pirates. So you have space truckers. You got space pirates.
Did you notice the space pirate ship looked like the space battleship Yamamoto?
It did. It totally did.
Totally did. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if that was intentional. It had to have been.
It had to have been. It was just way too similar not to be intentional.
Yeah, it totally did. And so that giant space pirate ships like kind of just takes in the space trucker, the space truck. And no, they're space pirates, right? Of course, they're kind of like rough and tumble and stuff. But then the captain space pirate comes. Are we doing spoilers?
Yeah, we can do spoilers enough, I guess. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, it's the scientist that the main corporate guy thought he killed, so he didn't have any deniability. But he was in his lab, so he could like repair himself. And he made his brain like, so he's all cyborgy and stuff. And he's the space pirate captain. You're like, what?
Played by the great Charles Dance, by the way.
Yeah, he was good too.
And yeah, so he's kind of half robot and half evil villain, space pirate type, but kind of not. And so, of course, they're all captured. And he's like, hey, hottiness. Debi Mazar, why don't you come back to my quarters with me? So he takes her back to the quarters.
Well, she makes a deal like, I'll get it on with you if you let us go or something like that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And Dennis Hopper, he should be angry, and the young guy's kind of angry. He's like, don't worry about this. It's all right. She's done this before.
Yeah. Dennis Hopper's like, it's all good. Don't worry about it. And so they're in the room and he's like getting ready, but he's got his schlong that is robotic and basically equivalent to like a chainsaw starter. So he's got to yank the things like, he's like,
you're ready to get it on, baby.
Yeah,
here it comes.
I've made it pulse for extra pleasure.
Yeah.
But then it stops and then he keeps trying it again.
Yeah. And she's kind of like, ooh. And he's like, oh, you don't even know what you're going to love this. But yeah, this is a PG-13 Stuart Gordon movie. So we didn't get any nudity.
No,
I didn't
no.
know it was a Stuart Gordon movie until the end, to be honest with you, because I didn't look up anything. But there was something strangely familiar about it. Like, I know this style. And then we'll talk about that later. But then I realized before the credits rolled why it was a Stuart Gordon movie.
Okay, well, so they're on the pirate ship, and they got the vibrating penis trying to start, and of course, in the process of that, one of the the robots gets out from the pirates trying to get into the thing and starts shooting everything up. Which
and it does kung fu too, so it shoots them up, but it also knows karate.
So awesome. Yeah.
So even though it can blast them, it's like, this too easy. I need to break out my robot karate, my fembot robot karate.
So it does karate moves on everybody. Yeah. That's believable. Totally.
Yeah.
And then in the process, of course, Stephen and Dennis get free and they go rescue Debi in the process.
Well, she rescues herself, remember?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Because she jacks that dude up, and then she dresses up like the space pirate captain, evil genius dude.
That's right. You're right. I'm getting out of order. You're right. Because she gets out first before the other thing happens.
Yeah. And then she's trying to free the dudes, right? And then he comes out like, you don't know what you were missing. You don't know what you're missing, baby. Yeah, but then they get trouble. They get trouble with the robots, right?
Yep. And then they escape.
Right. Then they escape. But in typical alien or fashion, there's robots still on their rig, right? And the captain guy, he's the only one who escaped. He escaped with them, but he's dying. And he's like, I just want to let you know, they come in waves 1, 2, 4, 8, and it just keeps doubling. And here's how you can help yourselves. And he's like, light me up a cigar. Oh, that's all I got. And he's like, wow, for a space pirate, evil genius guy who even made all these things, you died pretty well. That's what Dennis Hopper said to him. Like, he died pretty well for a super evil guy.
Good for you, man. Good for you.
Good job.
Now I know how to stop him. Okay, we got to stop him.
So then, as the doc said, as the evil pirate genius doctor said, they start coming out. So they had 1 and then 2, and they had a hard time beating them. And then Dennis Hopper's like, this is only going to get worse because they're coming out exponentially, right? So you guys, I'm going to put you on this little shuttle, and you marry each other. I know you like each other and you deserve each other, and I'm going to handle this. And they're like, okay, dude.
They're like, all right, yeah, no problem.
But they help him as they leave because they blast a bunch of the robots with their space shuttle exhaust.
I know. I like how their escape pod shuttle thing has blasters on it and everything. I guess that's pretty advanced escape shuttle you got going on there.
Yeah, but that helps
on a
because
truck.
he's kind of in trouble, right? Because a whole bunch of these fembots, these karate fembots, are going to take him down. But as they go down to Earth, they blast them. Then everything starts to go down to Earth, right? Including him. And he's coming down to Earth. They're like, he's going to make it. He's going to make it. Then,
spoiler alert, people.
Dude, people who listen to this show just should know that there's spoilers. They should know that they should watch the movie beforehand and laugh with us.
Yeah.
Don't watch it after you watch us.
Watch it first. But even if you watch it after us, it's still good. I would watch this film again. I know exactly how this film's going to end.
This movie's great.
I will absolutely watch it again.
I don't know how I didn't know about this movie. This is totally my jam.
It is so
a Stuart Gordon space trucker movie with Dennis Hopper. What is this?
There is nothing not to love about this film.
Thank you, Milo.
So freaking good.
I was not living life to my fullest potential until just now, literally 20 minutes ago.
Major weekend.
It did today. Sunday morning, I was eating my little brunch that I make for myself watching this. I'm like, how did I not know about this masterpiece?
Yeah. So who's the cameo at the end that I'm forgetting about?
Well,
does Stuart Gordon do a cameo?
No. So Dennis Hopper parachutes down. Spoiler alert, he makes it, right? And then they go to the hospital because they're on Earth now. She got to Earth. The reason why she's going to Earth is to see her mom.
Oh, that's right.
Carol. And then they open and he lost his girl to the young guy. And he's like, oh, I'm kind of not getting any ever again. And then they open and her mom is Barbara Crampton. Well, her daughter was supposed to help her out, but I guess she's still kind of young because they froze her and they had a disease a long time ago. And,
I remember now.
Yeah, they froze her, bro. They froze Barbara Crampton. So he was like, wow, you look like you did like in a picture, but that was like 20 years ago. And she's like, yeah, they froze me.
Yeah. Dennis Hopper's like, hello.
Dennis Hopper's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna try to get this Barbara Crampton MILF action going on. Right. That's what I'm talking about.
I totally forgot about that sequence. Yeah, that's
you don't remember that?
Dude, I know. I only watched it like 2 weeks ago.
Oh man, it's fresh in my mind. And I was like, oh, Barbara, what's up, girl?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's
awesome. That wine bar invitation still open, Barbara?
Barbara, why have you not called Jamie? Come on.
Yeah. But the president guy comes in and, well, he's the new president because he's the corporate goon who ousted the president and the government's been privatized. And so he's like, I'll give you a bunch of money. Yeah, he's the one who was shutting them up.
Okay. And we won't spoil what happens after that. How about that?
Oh, man, I was about to.
There is something that happens right after that. We won't.
It is.
So
it ends well. I like the ending. I like Stuart Gordon movie endings.
Gordon is the best. Or was
all right,
best, I guess.
So I won't spoil that.
Don't spoil that little bit. So at least if you've watched this whole thing and you're going to go watch the film and you're thinking, man, they ruined the whole thing. We didn't, because there is still one more thing that happens that we did not spoil.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen it and you're just tired of our spoilers, go watch it till the very end. But even after the Barbara Crampton cameo, you'll get a nice ending. Because Stuart Gordon's the best at endings, ending his stupid movies.
Totally. So thumbs up then, Jamie?
Oh yeah, thumbs up.
Definitely.
And it's sad because I guess it didn't get critical. I mean, I know you got to have a thumbs up on this, right?
Absolutely.
It didn't get like good critical reviews. And I guess it just got slaughtered at the box office. Like it cost $25 million to make and it only made $2 million back. Like, ouch. But I don't know, man. I think maybe one of the reasons is that this is a movie out of time. It was made in like 96, 97, and it's almost like 10 like it's a decade out of time, because it looks like if you gave Stuart Gordon $25 million and like 1997 technology for movie making, he would have made this in like 1987. It's really just
a total 80s film.
80s movie that's made 10 years out of time with a bigger budget and like 90s technology, so you could make kind of things better, like graphically. But I maybe that's why it didn't do well, because this really is a movie out of time.
Yeah, if you didn't know it was made in the 90s, you would absolutely think it was an 80s film, with the exception of like the special effects are a little better or worse, depending on how you look at it. I mean, it looks like a high budget 80s film with good special effects, or a lower budget 90s special effects film. Yeah. But it's so good. It's perfect. Absolutely perfect.
But it's a really good movie. And then I saw it directed by Stuart Gordon. I'm like, I knew it, because I didn't know anything about it because when I decided to watch it cold, right?
Good.
And I'm like, I knew it. And I'm just a big Stuart Gordon fan. I think we both are, because this movie's redonkulous, man.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
It's funny that it's so true that Stuart Gordon does not get enough credit in the echelon of all-time filmmakers. He is such a great filmmaker for these types of films. Absolutely.
Yeah, like the dumb horror or sci-fi. And he's the master at making dumb things delightfully dumb.
Yeah. Perfectly.
You know what I mean? Just like there are some people who try to make dumb movies and they're trying too hard to make a dumb movie and they suck. There are some people who try to make good movies and they're just dumb and they're kind of fun, but you can tell they were trying. I think Stuart Gordon does exactly what he sets out to do. He makes really silly, entertaining sci-fi horror flicks. They're kind of stupid. They have some unique, kind of cheesy, but fun special effects. And you eat some popcorn, you drink yourself a Pepsi, you just have fun with it. And that's it. That's what he does. And he does it superbly.
Totally agree.
This is an example of that.